Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
Road to Verita.com. Woke up to this. Veritaseum jumped almost 100%. Yeah, very small market, by the way. We still have Veritaseum tokens given away with every private road subscription or renewal. Go to roadtoverita.com. Subscribe today. This will end without notice, by the way. It will end without notice when we run out of Veri tokens. Very difficult to get. That's why the price can jump so much. But also, look at this. And this is what I think we'll see a lot more of. Trump-era policies could fuel surge in tokenized real-world asset. Crypto people know what this is talking about. This is basically the crypto world taking over everything else. We've seen Bitcoin take over the position of gold to an extent. Now, I personally think there's massive amounts of gold out there. Not that gold's overvalued. I think gold should be probably $5,000 to $10,000 an ounce right now. But there is about 10 to 20 times more gold than they're telling you. It's not 200,000 tons. It's more like 2 million or 4 million tons of gold out there. And that will be revealed over time. Probably this year, actually, as the banks crumble. But the tokenization of real-world assets, it's called RWA, real-world assets. That can be anything from mortgages to stocks to bonds to all the things in capital markets. What does that remind you of? Absolutely the patents that Reggie Middleton has on all DeFi. So yes, the Trump era policies could fuel a shortage in tokenization of real world assets, but what are you going to invest in? That is the bigger question. You know, there's a lot of these types like, let's see here. Here's an interesting 5 key business opportunities. Existing virtual asset investors, TradeFi money moving on chain. That would be like Sushi Swap and Simple Swap, all the swaps. That covers Reggie's patent. And you're wondering why Veritaseum just jumped? I think it's massively undervalued. But you can't get it on an exchange is the problem. Now, interesting to note, here's Veritaseum. What markets is it trading on? Only 13,000 volume. So, I mean, this could go to $1 million if someone goes and tries to buy 100 Veri. They're just not there. They're not available on the exchanges. Trade Ogre is still that exchange. Truthfully, I've never used it. I've heard, sometimes you get your coins off and sometimes you can't. It is not a really good recognized crypto exchange. So good luck to anybody on there. But there's other different decentralized swaps that'll have Veri and then not have Veri. It's just hard to get Veritaseum. That's why we got it over the past year, and we're giving away to private road members right now. If you go to roadtoverita.com, click on subscribe today, more information there. For every 1 year subscription, we give you 1 Veri token loaded on a paper wallet. Now, this will end. They're going fast, shall we say. So if you're into that, if you want some kind of insurance on your DeFi, and let's take a look at what DeFi assets include. And I think, let's see, I think CoinMarketCap has, NFTs are covered under Reggie's patent. Where's DeFi? I thought they had a DeFi category. Let's do a search. There's a DeFi coin. That's not what we want. It is a very large part of the crypto market. Would Ethereum count as DeFi? I don't think the Ethereum blockchain would, but the all the tokens that preside on that probably would. This is the Reggie Middleton. XRP definitely. Should be obvious to anybody. Tether definitely. Solana definitely. BNB definitely. Not Dogecoin. Dogecoin standalone blockchain. USDC definitely. Cardano definitely. Not Cardano, but the tokens that reside on Cardano. Tron, I think that's a standalone blockchain. Not sure about that. All these chain link, that's absolutely covered in Reggie's patent. So, will Cliff High's prediction that Veritaseum will be above the cost of Bitcoin, be more valuable than Bitcoin? There's only really one scenario in which that happens, and that would be a world in which he saw in his data, the U.S. government, we have a collapse in the system. The U.S. government goes to Reggie Middleton, says, help us restart our capital markets, because all the banks, all the middlemen will be gone. There'll be no Fidelity. There'll be no JP Morgan. There'll be no stock exchange even open at that point. And that's what Cliff saw in his data. So I can very well see how Veritaseum would be more valuable than Bitcoin, which is really scary and really exciting. I mean, people are looking for that home run token. How do I get my hands on more Veritaseum? I'm like, I have no idea. Try Trade Ogre, but this is what happens. Literally, total volume is $13,000. $13,000 made the price of Veritaseum jump 50%. Holy crap. What if someone comes in with $1 million and tries to buy Veritaseum, right? But then again, in that insane world where everything crashes and we got what we got and we try to rebuild things, if the government's going to Reggie, that means the government took the shackles off Reggie. Now remember, he wasn't charged with any crime. He wasn't, he might have been charged with a crime, but he never admitted to a crime. They settled out of court. They did not take his Veritaseum. They locked them up. This is the only crypto in the entire crypto universe that got the most heavily painful justice, as they call it, from the justice system laid out. They took 100% of what Reggie had, but they didn't get rid of them. They froze them. They are frozen in a multi-sig wallet where the SEC and Reggie are the only ones that can open that wallet. Does that tell me that the government's going to say, hey, we'll let you open your wallet and deal in cryptos again if you help us get back on our feet? And that would mean Reggie's patent is validated. I mean, after they took Reggie down, they attacked him even more. And then all of a sudden, the U.S. and Japan approve his patents. Really bizarre stuff, unless you're thinking, holy crap, what if Cliff's prediction is true? So Veritaseum would go higher than Bitcoin. Probably at that point, I don't know, 2-3 years down the line, Bitcoin would be what? $1 million a coin? Who knows? But, anything, Veritaseum, if you're looking at for that one crypto that is like buying a lottery ticket, if this happens and the odds are a little better than a lottery, I say a lot better now. They're getting better and better every day. Sorry, I got the old frog in the throat. Yeah, you want to own a Veritaseum token. Bitcoin's up over $100,000. Woohoo! I don't know if this is the beauty of Bitcoin or the absolute destruction of unbacked fiat currency. Remember, Bitcoin is rigged just like every other asset traded on our markets these days. You can tell by the volume. Look at the market cap is $2 trillion. Volume traded every day is $64 billion. How much of that would it take to quadruple or 1,000 times X what Veritaseum is right now? Not much, especially because there's no markets. Anyway, all right. So going back to the, where did I lose it? The Trump administration is going to be very pro-crypto. One of the things that has been rumored and talked about in the crypto world, apparently with the people who are talking to Trump, advising Trump, he didn't know shit about cryptos. He's relying on his son and certain advisors, which is fine. You take the shackles off crypto and you have a freely traded market. Well, a lot of rigging, a lot of cons, a lot of criminals, but a lot of that will be taken out in a blink of an eye with the announcement that, oh, by the way, all these DeFi tokens are in violation of Reggie Middleton's patent. Reggie holds the key to the world. Here's the thing, though. So Reggie invented The peer-to-peer capital markets back in 2013. Applied for the patent in 2014 and was approved 3 or 4 years ago. What if JP Morgan had done that? Do you think they would have busted JP Morgan? No, JP Morgan would have been, in control of all the assets on the planet by now. I think Reggie will be back in the driver's seat after the crash. I think the crash is coming. So, do with it what you will. Of course, assets need to be in your own possession, all assets. I found it funny that Uniswap was trading Veritaseum very briefly. And it's a decentralized exchange which first introduced automated market maker, blah, blah, blah. And if it's truly decentralized, there's no way that you can shut them down or enforce patents on decentralized exchanges if it is truly decentralized, which I don't know. Are there people associated with it? Is there an office associated with it? I don't know. But that traded some Veritaseum yesterday, supposedly. See right here, Uniswap, $10,000 worth. But it's unknown where that transaction happened because it's decentralized. But if it's not decentralized, if there's anything that could be, either on the customer side or on the Uniswap side, that could be held accountable for using Reggie's patent, it's definitely using Reggie's patent. Anything standalone blockchain would be most likely, I'm not saying it's going to be 100%, but most likely in violation of Reggie's patent. So yes, most of what Theta does would be in violation of Reggie's patent, other than the Theta blockchain. So it'll be really interesting. The future is very interesting. That's why I call Veritaseum a hedge. You got to own some. You got to. A hedge against cryptos. Not necessarily Bitcoin or Litecoin is standalone blockchain, but what Litecoin does on the side. Oh, by the way, I always get this. Bix, you screwed up on Litecoin. It's not doing anything. What happened to Litecoin is the right coin. It's funny how people just stop listening when they hear what they want to hear. If you listen to the song I wrote, Litecoin is the right coin is the name of the song. But then your brain shouldn't shut off after that. Listen to the whole lyric. Litecoin is the right coin as a means of exchange. As a means of exchange, it's fast and cheap. That's what I was writing about. And the whole song spells out. Going into a store, go listen to Litecoin is the right coin. Actually, I'll probably play it at the end of this video, and you'll get the idea. You listen to the song, it's like, wait, he's not saying it's the best investment. I think it's a good investment, but as far as price appreciation, no, it's a means of exchange. Litecoin is the right coin as a means of exchange. You can buy your cup of coffee when Lightning is arranged. My bank is on my cell phone. Walking in the store. Anyway, I'll put it at the end, unless YouTube bans it. YouTube banned it for a while, so I don't know what's going on with YouTube's banning lately. Let's go to silver. Absolutely, why did silver get slammed down when it hit $30.84? Right here, look, that's exactly why. There's no other explanation for anything that happens in silver other than manipulation according to the 100-day and 200-day moving average. That's all that matters now. That's 100% all that matters. It's crazy. See this big gap right here? We're gonna see this in the Indian imports of silver for January, because it was this is December 17th right here. It was the end of January that India loaded up and bought the physical silver, so it doesn't get delivered until the end of December. It doesn't get delivered until January. That's where my miscalculation as far as hitting 300 million. We hit about 285 million. 200 give and take. The official numbers will come out later. Around 285 million ounces of physical silver were imported into India. Second largest ever in a very large deficit world of silver. I'll get to that in 1 second. Jenny Chase over at Bloomberg in January 2024, we expected 2024 solar new build to be about 513 gigawatts DC, which was way high. All the experts were saying, no, we'll never meet last year. It'll never happen. And it blew it away. And she says, now we think it's about 599 gigawatts of DC. The reality there is that, what did Roto-Rooter say? 600? I was saying 600 for a very long time. When they came out and said 513, I said, no, they always miss. Every analyst in silver misses. It's embarrassing because they're not used to it. They're used to the past where it's just slowly plucking along. No, this would put silver up 35% for 2024. 35%, and they're using Topcon, which uses twice as much silver. The Silver Institute numbers are a lie, a cheat, a steal. They had projected right here 20% growth. It's going to be about 50% growth. They grossly miss every single time, and it's all on purpose. See this number right here? In 2023, they did 193. That was actually 350 because they had to go back and change all these numbers beforehand. They changed history just to hide the fact that silver is massively getting consumed all over the world. I talked to ChatGPT the other day. I said, I wanted to know 3 things over the next 5 years. Now, mind you, I think these are extremely conservative numbers, but I said, please provide a rough estimate how much additional physical silver will be required over the next 5 years to support the expected build-out of AI infrastructure. Not many people are talking about that. You hear it on occasion. You need it in silver in electronics and semiconductors, growth in data centers, AI hardware, silver demand projections, blah, 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 blah. AI's demand over the next 5 years, estimated actual silver requirement. They come up to, right here, 87.5 million ounces of additional silver. So we're gonna be in silver deficits till kingdom come if the silver price stays below $100. Kingdom come, and they'll keep going into solar panels at $100. I guarantee you that, $100 an ounce. All right, that's 87. So that's just the AI continued build out. So add 87 to, I said the same question for solar panel, solar expansion plans. I think this is massively low because they probably use the Silver Institute's numbers, but it came out to, drum roll please, 234 million ounces over the next 5 years. Where are we going to get it? There are no silver. The amount of silver being dug up out of the ground is flat. Or even going down. It was up to close to 900, a billion ounces. Now it's down in the low eights. This year will be probably 820 million ounces. Look at the demand. I think these numbers are way off. But hey, even these numbers, 234 plus the 87 puts us at 350. Then I said same question for silver used in electric vehicles and combustion engine vehicles. This is massive. There is massive amounts of silver going into every electric vehicle, and there's still, I think this year was 30% growth. Let's see if they talk about it. I know everybody poo-poos on electric, but the numbers don't lie. Electric cars are still massively outpacing internal combustion, which is using more and more silver as well. All right. So the answer is estimating silver demand for electric vehicles and ICE over the next 5 years. Average silver consumption, blah, blah, blah. Needed will be, these are additional. Conclusion. Over the next 5 years, global automotive center comprising both electric vehicles and internal combustion engine could require an additional 330 to 380 million ounces of silver. Additional. So what are we at? Another 800 million ounces. This is just additional silver. We're already at a deficit. We're already running out of silver all over the world. No, the silver ETFs are not stocked to the gills. Read the prospectus. Read who is the custodian of SLV silver, the biggest criminal operation on the planet, JP Morgan Chase. Jamie Demon is what Jeffrey Epstein's girls used to call him. He's that vile. Anyway, so yes, silver, get your silver, buy your silver, hoard your silver, get as much silver as you possibly can, get it in your own possession. No mining companies are going to survive this. Every country is going to nationalize. When the banks close, every country will nationalize, and everybody says, oh, I was so smart, I bought really cheap silver in the ground. You did, but you didn't understand how valuable silver was. You were thinking, oh yeah, I'm buying silver at like $3 an ounce because I'm buying part of a mining company and they're going to do this, that, and that. You're not factoring in the absolute 100% certainty when the banks collapse, every nation around the world will nationalize what they got just to feed their people, to continue the system. Luckily, the United States has gold and silver as money on the books, and the U.S. Mint has been, no matter what happened in the last 4 years. Thank God Ventress Gibson's going to be gone. That evil one she was told by Janet Yellen to not make Silver Eagles to meet demand. She was instructed. The head of Silver Eagle sales I interviewed, go to roadtoreal.com, I interviewed, and he told me he was told by his superiors, which is Ventress Gibson, to sell as few Silver Eagles as possible. That's what he was told. Completely illegal. But she will be gone in, 3 or 4 days. She's gone Monday. I would expect her to get fired instantly. I don't know who Trump is putting as the head of the Mint, but that would be the most important position in my opinion, because as the banks fail, because of their derivative multi-trillion-dollar bubble is about to pop, as the banks fail, the Mint will absolutely shine and has to be led by someone who knows what the fuck they're doing. I highly recommend David Ryder. He was the Mint director in 1990, in the early 1990s. He was Mint director for Trump. He instituted the change, the only change in the silver and gold eagles, to put the notch in the side because he worked for Honeywell, and they invented a way to scan the coins to put identifiers on due to the crystalline structure of a coin. Every single coin on the planet, every single silver eagle and gold eagle are different on a molecular level. And that's what Honeywell invented. David Ryder ran that company, and then Honeywell bought him out, and he ran it at Honeywell, and then he went to the Mint to make that change. He was ready to go. We were ready to go. Where you go into a bank, most likely a post office run by the U.S. Mint, deposit your gold and silver eagle, get it notched up so that they know how to scan it. They scan it, they put it on an app using the blockchain. Voila, you have the perfect gold, silver monetary system where you can walk around with your cell phone instead of gold and silver coins. You can also, at any time, go in and remove your specific coin because it's been identified, it's been scanned, it's been placed on a blockchain, and it is yours. That will be part of the new system. Yes, that is absolutely 1,000% in violation of Reggie Middleton's patent. Again. But again, Cliff says the U.S. government comes begging to Reggie, help us, help us, help us. All right. Theta, yeah, I think Theta's the most underrated of the. When Theta goes on the U.S. exchanges, well, it'll be a whole new world. I think it'll be probably at that point, it'll probably be up to $10 at that point. And then what happens then? Who knows? Double, triple, quadruple, I don't know. When people find out what Theta is and what it can do for humanity going forward, expand broadband, by the way, expand cloud capacity, partnered with Samsung and Sony, Amazon, Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, Azure, which is Microsoft Web Services or Cloud Services. It's massive. And even for AI, it can link up NVIDIA chips together. I mean, you just can't think of a more important company for the future of a high-tech world. And then Tfuel, I think, is really ridiculously undervalued. They're all rigged, by the way. Remember when Tfuel went from like 66 cents to 9 cents in like one trade a couple weeks ago? Where was it? There it is. Look at that. You don't think this baby's ready to blow? Again, I don't look at price of Tfuel. What I look at is the Tfuel to Theta ratio, kind of like silver and gold. Not as egregious. Gold silver ratio is like at 90, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. All due to market manipulation, by the way. But the Tfuel to Theta ratio is getting into that ridiculous ratio of, it's at 36 to 1. Now, it's created at like right now 6 or 7 to 1, right in the middle there. So I do think it'll go back to 10 to 1. So if you love Theta, I think you should think about your mix between how much, I think you should have both, but try to keep them evenly keeled based on the availability and the value that is being presented. Theta is the governance token of the Theta blockchain, which is very, very important. Tfuel doesn't work without Theta. And then vice versa, Theta doesn't work without Tfuel. Tfuel is the money of the Theta ecosystem. It allows the sharing of broadband, the sharing of hard drives, and the sharing of CPU speeds and all that stuff that AI needs. No more latency. You ever watch Netflix and that little thing spins around and around? That needs an application of some Theta edge node helping it out, sharing broadband so it's not congested. Things like that. Anyway, that's what I got for you today. It's crazy, crazy, crazy here at Road to Ruta. We're very busy doing this, getting subscribers, and we're running out of the very wallets. After last night's jump, I expect we'll probably run out in the next couple days. And then I don't have any more. I can't get any more for you for Road to Ruta. So if you want one, subscribe or renew now to the private road. We're not selling these very tokens. That's illegal. We're giving them away with a private road subscription. You can renew also for as many years as you want. Go ahead. Have a day. This is Bix Weir. I'll be talking to you later.
Things about to change, and Litecoin is the right coin as a means of exchange. Litecoin is the right coin.